It's Super Tuesday. It's a huge primary day for us here in California and 13 other states as well. Voters going to the polls and some young people now making it their mission to educate other kids about politics, even if they can't vote yet. One of those leaders is Luke Gialanella, and he's a student at Windward School in LA. He actually created this group, GOVLEARN.org. Welcome, Luke.
Thank you.
All right, so we get out of school today.
Yes.
Tell me what this is all about. How did this start? I mean, obviously you're very interested in politics and how government works.
Well, I've always been interested in history and geography, and my family took me on a trip to Washington, D.C. around the time of the 2016 presidential election, and I saw the inner workings of government, the Capitol building, the White House, and I just became very interested. And throughout that election, there weren't many of my peers and classmates who were very knowledgeable or aware of what was going on in current events and politics. And after record low voter turnout in the 2016 election, I decided to create my organization, GOVLEARN, an online curriculum to educate young students about government and politics.
All right, so when you're hanging out with your buddies and you bring up politics and you bring up the government, what's the normal response?
Well, sometimes people get a little bit bored, but sometimes people get interested, and I think now people are getting more interested since it's another election cycle in 2020, and I think it's going to become much more important throughout these months.
I think a lot of parents do not talk about politics around kids. Maybe they don't want to impose their views. Maybe they think it's just out of reach for young people. What was it like for you? Did you find that you were kind of left out of the conversation? You wanted to know more?
I don't think I was left out of the conversation as much, but I think it's really important that kids aren't, because kids are the future, and these issues that candidates are debating about on stages are going to be crucial to the young generation, and that's the generation that's going to get affected and make the change. So I think it's important that before they go to the voting booth, that they are aware of what is going on in current events and politics, and they understand the processes of how bills are passed and how legislation is passed.
And you make it really interesting. You started out on YouTube,
yes.
right? What was the response?
Well, at first I didn't get a lot of attention, but with help from my school, and I created a website, GOVLEARN.org, GOVLEARN.org, and I've been adding slideshows and blog posts about current events and the processes of how our government works. And just this year, I released our new app on the Google Play and App Store called GOVLEARN, GOVLEARN, and you could download it. It's effectively a mobile version of our website where you could access curriculums about government and politics. All
right, so you can't vote yet. You're 4 years away from that, the next presidential election. But
yes.
I got to ask you, are we going to see you in politics someday?
Maybe. I don't know what the future is, but I would love to enter politics in some way or form, whether it's elected office or behind the scenes, but I find it really fascinating.
I think a lot of people at home are saying, hey, I'd vote for that kid. Luke, thank you so much for being here. All right, more information about GOVLEARN.org. Just go to our website. It is KCAL9.com. We've got a link for you right there.